Hi, welcome along to Barbecue Life UK. Today we are cooking mackerel fillets on the Weber Go Anywhere and we're doing a location cook. We're off to the beach. So you're probably thinking, with a location cook, why are you sitting in your shack, Tom? So I think this next clip will show you why I've got to do my talking to camera from the shack. Hi, welcome along to Barbecue Life UK. Today we're on location. We're cooking at the beach. As you can see, it was quite windy at the beach, and any talking to camera that I tried to do was just the wind overtook everything. Even with the muffler on the microphone, I just wasn't going to get anywhere. Just a bit of a pain because I was hoping to present everything from the beach. But we're just going to roll with the punches. I've shot the B-roll footage. The cook went really well, so I'm going to talk you through it. So I'm using mackerel fillets today, and the plan is to top these with sun-dried tomatoes and feta and cook them in the Weber Go Anywhere. So first of all, we need to get our charcoal lit. So as you're going to see in this clip, I'm talking to the camera, so I'm going to mute the footage of that because you can't hear what I'm saying, and I'll just tell you what I'm doing while the footage is running. So we're using Lecto charcoal, which is a new charcoal I've been sent over to give a bash. Quite impressed with it. It's lumpwood charcoal, nice big pieces, and we're just lighting these. I'm using 3 wax woodies that I've just buried into the charcoal because I want a nice high heat for this cook. And I've got all of that charcoal down the far end of the Weber Go Anywhere, so that I've got a nice large indirect area up this end. So we get them woodies lit, and we're just going to keep the lid off and let the charcoal take. So after about 5 minutes, the woodies have gone out, and you can see that the charcoal's starting to ash over in places. So we're just going to put the lid on so that we can heat the metal up of the lid. I've got all of the vents set open. So the bottom vents on the Weber Go Anywhere are open at the end that the charcoal is, and the lid has got the vent open directly above the charcoal and at the other end of the chamber as well. And then the plan is to turn the vent off that is directly above the charcoal once we've got a nice hot temperature inside of the barbecue, so that the air will be drawn across the fish that's going to be in that indirect zone. So while all that's coming up to temperature, we need to start preparing our fish. So we've got these 2 mackerel fillets. So I'm going flesh side down to begin with, and get some oil onto the skin side and just salt the skin side. So this is going to help it stop sticking. So as you can see, I'm doing all of this on my grill grate, so the grill grate is not heating up inside the barbecue. We're going to be using a cold grill method technique. Now, I've used this for fish before, and it really helps stop the sticking. So oil the fish, oil your grate, and put it in cold, and it works quite well with stopping the fish sticking. So once we've got that salt and the oil on the skin side, we flip them over, and we're just going on with some salt and pepper on the flesh side to begin with. So get them nicely covered in salt and pepper, our seasonings, and then we're going on with some feta. So I've cubed up some feta at home. I'm just kind of crushing that and crumbling that all over the top of the fish to get a nice even covering. And then on top of that, we're then going some sun-dried tomatoes. So again, I've chopped these up at home before I've come out, and we're just going to cover the top of the fish with that, and it's going to give us a nice salty flavour profile that really works well with that fish. So our Weber Go Anywhere has now come up to a hot temperature. Couldn't tell you what temperature it is because I haven't got a thermometer on the grill. I can just feel from the outside that it is hot. So take the lid off, and we're putting our grill grate on, making sure that we've got the fish away from the charcoal down that indirect end of the barbecue. So get that grill grate on, get the lid back on, shut that vent that is directly over the top of the charcoal, so that we can have that air draw along the barbecue across the fish, and that is what's going to help us cook. Interaction is massively important to the channel, so if you could just take the time to like the video, leave me a comment underneath, or maybe even subscribe to the channel if you're not already, it would be greatly appreciated. 76% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so we could really push some subscribers forward just if you click that subscriber button, and if you ring the bell for notifications, you can receive a notification every time I put new content out. Cheers. So I was thinking that this cook's going to take around 15 minutes. After 15 minutes I've gone and had a look, and I'm nowhere near being cooked, and the charcoal is burning rapidly. So I had a little think about what's going on, and I held my hand over the top vent that I've got open and realised that with that amount of wind that we've got on the beach today, it is blowing in the bottom vent really hard and blowing out the top vent really hard. So I've got the impression that before that air could even heat, it's just blowing straight back out. So I needed some form of windbreak. So the only thing I've got with myself is myself. So I've laid down on the beach across that front vent, so the wind is coming in from the sea and along the beach, sort of a diagonal for where I've got the barbecue. So I've positioned my body around to just shelter it a bit from the wind, and after a couple of minutes I held my hand over that top vent again, and I could really feel the temperature starting to come back up through that barbecue. So I gave it another sort of 10 minutes, went and checked it. I can see that it's looking a lot more cooked. I checked it with my instant read thermometer, and it was registering at 65 degrees C. Now 63 is safe for mackerel, so I'm ready to take these off. So I've just taken them off, put them onto a plate on the side. I just want to let them mellow out just for a few minutes, and then I've got a couple of slices of sourdough bread that I'm just going to toast off camera, and then this is what I'm going to put the mackerel onto, so I can have a really nice mackerel on toast. So as you can see, I've got my toast ready now. I've got my mackerel on there. I'm going to give it a bite. I've got a bite on camera, but obviously you don't have me talking about it. And as I said right at the beginning, this cook is absolutely fantastic. The flavours work together really well, so it gives an almost Mediterranean vibe to the fish. The salt works really well with the fish as well, and it is just a fantastic eat. The reason I use mackerel fillets is because I cannot stand bones in fish. It really puts me off. So I've cooked mackerel, whole mackerel before, and as soon as I get a bone, I'm put off. Mackerel fillets I've spent just a little bit more. I think I paid just over £3 for these 2 fillets, and we found one bone in the entire lot that my missus got and not myself. So mackerel fillets are definitely the way forwards for me, and I plan on doing some more fish cooks in the future. So if you like what we're doing here at Barbecue Life UK, then please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video and leave me a comment underneath, and thank you very much for watching.